Governor Roy Cooper thanks Richmond County's first responders and visits a washout in Cordova, and the Richmond County Board of Commissioner candidates are gearing up to meet with constituents. That and more all coming your way on your Tuesday edition of Live at 5. Richmond County's nightly news starts right now. Governor Roy Cooper visited Richmond County early Monday afternoon to thank first responders for their efforts during Hurricane Florence as he continues to tour affected areas. The governor was greeted by Emergency Services Director Donna Wright and County Manager Brian Land as he walked into the County Emergency Services complex. Wright gave him a very brief history of how the building came about, and she led him into a conference room where photos of the county's roads damaged during the storm were projected onto a screen. She also told them how her department helped take the 911 loads from other counties that lost communications. Cooper said there were more than 37 storm-related deaths across the state and more than 5,000 rescues, and although there were less than a dozen rescues in this county, members of the Hamlet and Cordova fire departments, along with a team from New Hampshire, were sent to neighboring Scotland County to pull people to safety. Cooper said that the state's response to the hurricane was well coordinated. The governor called Hurricane Florence a storm of epic proportions and the most devastating storm to hit North Carolina. The governor's administration is working with the state's congressional delegation to secure federal funding to help the rebuilding efforts. Cooper said legislation has already passed the U.S. House of Representatives and is now before the Senate. His office will be working with the General Assembly in the coming days to address recovery efforts, especially with the schools. Before leaving Richmond County, Cooper rode down to the Bondrell plant in Cordova to see a major washout close to one of its buildings. Chris Fowler, Facilities and Environmental Coordinator, said it would cost around $400,000 to repair the damage. Cooper went to survey the damage in Moore County later in the afternoon. The governor has been to about 20 of the disaster areas since the storm and plans to visit them all by the end of the week, and this was the governor's second trip to Richmond County since being elected. November is just a month away, and that means election season is upon Richmond County. The Richmond County Board of Commissioners candidates will be at the Ashley Chapel Community Center this Thursday, October the 4th, located on 297 Misby Road in Rockingham. Ashley Chapel will play host to the meet and greet where the candidates will publicly introduce themselves and present their agendas. And attendees will have the opportunity to ask questions directly to the candidates on the platform. When we return, Matt Harrelson will be bringing you your Live at 5 weather report. It's coming up right after the break, so stay tuned.
Hi, this is Christina with Richmond County Hospice. I'm with Julie and Holly, and we're here to talk about how wonderful Hayden Construction was during our recent pipe bursting and flooding in our building.
In 10 to 15 minutes, they were here, and they were already starting to work vacuuming up the water, trying to figure out where all the damage was, what all they needed to do.
They were so quick to get on the scene. They were here before I even arrived, and it was just reassuring to have them come in and take control.
We are so thankful that they were here to help us that day.
At Kyocera, we see your company differently. We see your documents, how they're accessed, what it takes to keep them secure, and how well your workflow is flowing.
Kyocera helps your entire document infrastructure run more efficiently, securely, and cost-effectively.
And what we see is an opportunity to integrate all of it.
At Richmond County Hospice, we strive to provide high-quality care to our patients and their families. Whether it's the incredible hospitality at the Haven House or from the comfort of your own home, you can count on hospice to be there for you. We also offer monthly grief support groups, and our chaplain will be there to hold your hand in prayer. Through our amazing staff and our volunteers, hospice has made difficult times easier for our community. Call the number on your screen if you feel that you or your loved one may benefit from our services. Richmond County Hospice. Peace, comfort, dignity.
Today's Live at 5 weather report is brought to you by Guardian Roofing Company. And nothing but sunshine expected over the next 5 days, but starting with tomorrow on the East Coast, a high of 87 in Greenville, high of 86 next door in New Bern, and a high of 84 down in the port city of Wilmington. Moving up back north to Raleigh, high of 85 expected for tomorrow. Right here in the Sandhills area, Southern Pines, 85, 87 in both Rockingham and Laurinburg. Over in Charlotte, high of 86 for tomorrow, high of 84 in Greensboro, and a high of 83 over in Hickory. And as I mentioned, nothing but sunshine, should be a wonderful day for Hump Day. Looking at the 5-day weather forecast, as I just mentioned, a high of 87 here in Richmond County, low of 67 tomorrow night. 0% chance of rain, and that is going to be the recurring factor here, hopefully over the next few days. So we'll go ahead and get that out of the way. No chance of rain Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. As far as the highs for Thursday, high of 89, low of 67. That's going to pretty much stay the same as we enter the weekend with a high of 89, low of 70. For anyone venturing out to Hoptoberfest this year, wonderful weather is expected. A high of 84 on Saturday, low of 69, so it should be a nice day to head out, drink a couple beers, and eat some wings. And then on Sunday, as we finish out the weekend, a high of 85, low of 67. So hopefully, over the next 5 days through the weekend, no rain galoshes or umbrellas will be required. And that's going to do it for your Live at 5 weather report. When we return, Richmond Raiders volleyball and golf are in action, and Malik Stanback has committed to a big-time school to continue his football career. It's all coming up right after the break.
McNair Auto Sales is the place to buy your pre-owned car, truck, or van. To be the best, it takes big selection, friendly staff, and great pricing. We guarantee a no-hassle buying experience, and financing is available right on site. So come see us today. We're located at 1026 East Broad Avenue in Rockingham. And remember, with over 40 years of experience, you know McNair is the name you can trust.
Willow Tree Antiques and Gifts is all about rustic home decor and gifts. You will always find a variety of unique antiques, vintage, and new items in our shop. Come and see our selection of housewarming, new baby, and wedding gifts. For the man in your life, we have many collectibles, Boker knives, and leather. And ladies love the jewelry, purses, candles, hats, and t-shirts. We also offer a 30-day layaway program. Come and experience shopping at Willow Tree Antiques and Gifts.
Malik Stanback, a senior wide receiver on the Richmond Senior High School varsity football team, caught a tough break during 7-on-7 workouts over the summer where he tore his ACL, which ended his swan song campaign with the Raiders. Prior to his injury, Stanback was being recruited by a handful of schools all across the eastern seaboard. And lucky enough for the wideout, one school kept its word to the college football hopeful despite not being able to play this season. Stanback announced via a Twitter post on September the 8th that he was verbally committed to Wofford College, a Division I program that competes in the Southern Conference in the football championship division. The football program, which is located in Spartanburg, kept its word to Stanback even after his knee injury, which is something he is very grateful for. The Terriers showed their faith by inviting Stanback to their season opener back in early September. Richmond head coach Brian Teal also expressed his gratitude for Wofford sticking by his top receiver from a season ago. Stanback will be joining the recruiting class of 2023 and plans to major in Wofford's pre-engineering program. 5 weeks into the season, the SAC girls golf teams were finally able to complete an 18-hole match. The month of October kicked off with a beautiful, clear Monday afternoon and no chance of weather interfering with the Week 5 match at Scotch Meadows Country Club in Laurinburg. Junior Haley Miller was once again the leading scorer for Richmond. She finished the day with 16 over par. Senior Natalie Davis shot a 28 over par for the team's second best score, and returning to the lineup after coping with a foot injury was senior Kylie McDonald, who had the third best score for Richmond. Jack Britt leapfrogged the traditionally top-tiered Pinecrest team in Laurinburg. The Lady Bucks finished in first place with a 335, followed by the Lady Patriots, who shot a 343. Richmond was once again able to remain ahead of Scotland for the third place position. The Lady Scots struggled on their home course and ended the day with a 491, 72 strokes behind the Lady Raiders. The Lady Raiders volleyball team was back in action for the fifth time in 8 days and turned around to play Scotland just 2 days after capping off a 4-match week and ending a 3-match losing streak by beating Purnell Sweat High School in straight sets on Saturday. Richmond bounced the Lady Fighting Scots in 4 sets. With the win, head coach Ashley Larson's team kept its postseason hopes alive and will have to battle from here on out to make things happen. As the team, Richmond tallied 10 aces, 33 kills, 63 digs, and 7 blocks. Larson and company won't get a night off, and they'll head to last place Hope County tonight. The match is scheduled to start at 6 p.m. And that's going to do it for today's edition of Live at 5. If you haven't already, be sure to download the Richmond Observer app for your iPhone and Android devices. For all the latest news in Richmond County, head on over to richmondobserver.com and be sure to tune in to Good Morning Sand Hills Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 8:30 a.m. Thanks for watching Live at 5. Good night, Richmond County.